Hey everyone, welcome to another pack opening. So this is actually my last pack of Aetherdrift for this run, and I'm still going to carry on though because I've got some other interesting packs, and again I'll be slow rolling them, so one each episode. There we go, a bit of a teaser there for what's coming up, and hopefully the plan is to carry on beyond that, but we'll see what we end up with in terms of that over the long term. So here we go, Aetherdrift. Let's see what we can pull in this last pack. Okay, just zoom in. So yep, the usual procedure here. We'll go through zoomed out, and then we'll zoom in to look at the artwork. So first up, we just have a Start Your Engines card. Remember as well, this is a play booster. So, Start Your Engines. Whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, if your speed is 1 or greater, increase your speed to 1. Max speed is 4. This ability triggers only once each turn. And if you're curious, on the other side, if you haven't seen these max speed tokens before, then you've got 4 on the other side. I think that's the first time we pulled one of those in a pack, actually. Okay, whoops. So, Tranquil Cove. This land is tapped. When this land enters, you gain 1 life. Tap, add white or blue. I think these are probably, yeah, definitely my favourite, or one of my favourite tap lands. There's just so many lands that are common that are cool, but yeah, I think over the years, I think they're my favourite dual colour tap lands. Oh, very nice. We have a nice foil rare. What a great thing to finish on for this for these packs. So Caradora, Heart of Alasia. I've really mangled that, I suspect. 2 green, white, a legendary creature, human knight. It's a 4/2. When it enters, you may search your library for a mount or vehicle card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. If 1 or more 1/1 creatures would be put on a creature or vehicle you control, that many +1 wow, that many +1 counters I'll put on it instead. Oh, what a mouthful. Here we have a regular rare. So Mindspring Merfolk, single blue 1/1 creature merfolk wizard. Exhaust X and 2 blue, tap, draw X cards, put a 1/1 counter on each merfolk creature you control. Activate each exhaust ability only once. Detention Chariot. Let me just get that straight. There we go. 4 and 2 white. Artifact vehicle, 6/6. When this vehicle enters, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls until this vehicle leaves the battlefield. Crew for 3, so tap any number of creatures you control with total power 3 or more. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. It's got cycling for a single white, so we have white, discard, draw a card. Ranger's Refueler, so another vehicle. 1 and a blue, 3/3 artifact vehicle. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, draw a card. Exhaust 4, this vehicle becomes an artifact creature. Put a 1/1 counter on it. Activate each exhaust ability only once, and it's crew 2. Oh, another vehicle. So that's interesting. So that would be 3 vehicles, all at uncommon. Carry On Cruiser, 2 and a black, 3/2 artifact vehicle. This, when this vehicle enters, mill 2 cards. Then return a creature or vehicle card from your graveyard to your hand. And it reminds you how to mill 2 cards. So to mill 2 cards, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Crew 1, which also has a reminder text. Tap any number of creatures you control with total power 1 or more. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Another uncommon here. Veteran Beast Rider. 1 green, white, 3/4 creature human knight. At the beginning of your end step, untap each creature you control. 2 green, white creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Ether Jacket. 3 to cast. It's artifact creature Thopter. 2/1 with flying and vigilance. 2 tap, sacrifice this creature, destroy another target artifact, activate only as a sorcery. Oops. I think we've seen several of these so in the packs I've opened. This is Ticket Tortoise again. 2 to cast, 3/1 artifact creature Turtle. It has Defender on it. When this creature enters, if an opponent controls more lands than you, you create a treasure token. It's an artifact with tap. Sacrifice this token. Add 1 mana of any colour. Streaking Oil Gorger. 4 and a black. 3/3. Creature vampire with flying and haste. It's got start your engines. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. It increases once on each of your turns when an opponent loses life. And max speed is 4. Max speed, this creature has lifelink. Silken Strength. 1 and a green. Enchantment Aura with flash. Enchant creature or vehicle. When this aura enters, untap enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent gets +1/+2 and has reach. This is going to look interesting up close. So Lightning Strike, 1 and a red. Lightning Strike deals 3 damage to any target and it's instant speed. We've got Bounce Off, single blue, instant, return target creature or vehicle to its owner's hand. And then lastly we have Brightfield Glider, single white creature possum mount with vigilance. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, it gets +1/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. Saddle for 3. Tap any number of other creatures you control with total power 3 or more. This mount becomes saddled until end of turn. Saddle only as a sorcery. Okay, let us zoom in. What I'll do is I'll use the Tranquil Cove to zoom in, and then we'll get a bit up close look at that. Start your engines. Just want to make sure that that's rather blurry. There we go. So that's Tranquil Cove. We'll bring this back in. There we go. So you can just see the artwork there. Quite an interesting montage. Pretty cool. And that's almost like a foreshadowing of Alien Earth. This is what that made me think of. Okay. Well, this is really nice. Again, I'm quite liking the Amonkhet vibe here when it appears. It's generally, I think, as has been pointed out in the comments section, and stuff I've said, and comments I've made, the artwork here, to me is quite different generally from what you might usually see. But what's interesting is you'll get these occasional cards where it feels like there's a nod to other sets, and in this one, to me, it certainly feels that where the artwork seemingly references, like earlier Magic sets, it's like a mashup of stuff from Amonkhet, and then I'm trying to think of the other artifact set now. So it's on the tip of my tongue. You know what I mean. Oh, very nice. Look at that. There we go. That's pretty cool. Oh wow, look at that. This is going to be a pretty cool pack actually, I reckon. May even be my favourite pack so far, just for the aesthetic. Lots of interesting stuff going on. It's like one of those ones, sometimes you look at a piece of artwork and you don't even know where to start. Oh. Looks like they're using hyenas to pull this. I don't know if that's intentional, just that's what they look more like to me. Oh yeah. This has very much got that sort of blue-red shading that you would see on like a blue-red hybrid mana card, don't you think? Again, there's so much going on here. There's some, not surprisingly, pretty interesting looking vehicles in this. Oh, what have we got here? Wow. Yeah, I think this is definitely my favourite pack so far, from what we've seen. I almost just want to sit here and like meditate on it without really saying much. What's interesting for me, and I don't know if anybody has the same experience with this, but I suppose over the years, because I've absorbed so much sort of popular culture stuff, it is really interesting to look at artwork where there's sort of nods to earlier things, even if it might be unconsciously, by the artist or maybe the art director, however that works out. And so you look at it and all these sort of other things bounce into your head as certain patterns, and bubble up from your subconscious. Seems to be some sort of fume spitting going on here. Now this is cool because, of course, and again the name's on the tip of my tongue, there's a green-white legendary, isn't there? Oh, it begins with a T, the name of the character, and it's sort of mounted on a wolf. So this reminds me very much of that. Unfortunately, the one I'm thinking of, somewhere I've got the card actually, but I just don't have it to hand. Bit of a sort of simpler artwork here, but again very nice. Yeah, this is a very cool pack. Oh, there's Ticket Tortoise, which we've had come up several times now in different packs. I suppose at some point I better do a turtle tribal episode of Scryfall Shenanigans. I can't quite tell what this is here, if anything. It's tricky, isn't it? Yeah, the light is a bit. Hang on, let's just try and see if we can. If that makes things any better. What are they leaning? It looks like they're leaning on something. Strange. Yeah. I'm sure when I get a chance to look at this on a bigger screen, I'll go, oh yeah, that's what it is. Another one of these cards with this sort of green ether. Very interesting. And I think I've pointed out before, we've got, the enchantments now have this interesting border. Which I always sort of associate with when they started doing that. Was it around the time of whatever set from in the Theros block? So I'm not sure at what point they started doing that on auras generally, actually. I'd have to look it up. Wow. It's interesting colour selections here. It's almost like sort of what Is It meets Simic. I got the houses right there, like red, blue, and then green, blue. Oh, very nice. I'm not sure whether we had this one come up before in the pack. It's quite possible with, obviously we're looking at the commons here, so it's quite possible we've had these cards come up in previous packs and I just don't remember. But, and I may have even said this before, but that would be interesting to see in foil. Something I haven't paid a lot of attention to is the, what do they call it, like the livery on the any flags or anything there associated with certain vehicles. In some ways, when you compare this card, for instance, against, you know, the general aesthetic of the set, you could argue that this card is a bit more, you know, like the artwork we would regularly see in Magic sets. Gives up something about the artwork here as well, and just generally gives me a bit of a Lorwyn vibe. Oh, that was the last one. So there we have it. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did looking through it. I've now become quite enamoured by looking at this card and just seeing all the different characters in there. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in this one. Again, you know, when you look at it, what first impressions do we get of the set? You know, we're seeing a lot of what +1/+1, a lot of vehicles, artifacts. Got several cards here with this whole +1/+2 thing going on as well, I think. And that, you know, asymmetric power toughness. Treasure token stuff. Yeah, now I'm looking at that a lot. It's just so much to take in on that. Oh, is that? That's wings, isn't it? Wow. I don't know if you can see that now, yeah. They're like huge bat wings. Strange. So there we go. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in a future episode.